Hey Night, so today we are officially 1 month away from our first signs of the 9th anniversary. For those that aren't aware, the 9th anniversary will be held this July 23rd. However, the countdown, the hype leading up to the 9th anniversary does begin June 23rd. However, on the channel, we like to begin it a lot earlier. In this case, May 23rd, we are here to talk about who has the best chance to be this upcoming 9th anniversary character. And remember, this is all just for a bit of fun. In the comments below though, let me know your prediction on who the anniversary character could be this year. Of course, prior to seeing the trailer, that after all is a month away, but depending on what something like that to say, I might make a reaction video to some of your theories. Now, before we do begin explaining why I ranked the characters the way I did, who has the highest chance to be this anniversary character, first and foremost, we have to remember there is a list provided to us every single year. Now, last year, for those that are wondering, this is what my list looked like. The main reason at the time why we did have the list the way it did is that one, we didn't really consider that we could get canon characters for anniversary, as we did see with the 8th anniversary. They were 1000 Year Blood War themed characters, Ichigo and also White. And then secondly, this is the biggest part, is that the list of names Killer provided with us finally got updated. For like the 2nd upwards to the 7th anniversary, the list of characters who had a chance to be the anniversary character was always the same. And at this point in time, assuming the anniversary was going to be an original themed character, original designs, assuming the list of names weren't going to update, this is what seemed the most likely outcome for the 8th anniversary. But again, things have changed. They've updated the list, they've added new names, and we also now know that they can do 1000 Year Blood War canon characters for anniversary. So with that in mind, the list that I cooked up today is going in with the assumption that it could be an original design, original forms, or it could be canon characters. And with that in mind, this is what I think is going to happen. So first up, let's just talk about the no chance team. Let's be honest, most of these characters here are 1, not hype enough to be anniversary, 2, I just don't see happening for some characters, and then 3, some of them have already been anniversary characters. In the case of characters like Uryu and also Aaroniero, they've already been anniversary characters. They're not going to get one again. Especially not right now, right? Remember, as we saw last year, we're in the 1000 Year Blood War season. You're going to do something related to 1000 Year Blood War, even if it does involve an original design. Getting a banner with Uryu or Aaroniero now would just feel super out of place. Plus, again, I don't think we would want that. They've already had their original anniversary character. Let them keep that. For some other characters, sure, some others are popular enough. Like, Toshiro's a massively popular character. Grimmjow is a popular character. But given that they've recently just received characters, I don't see it happening. Likewise, I don't see what they could do with them in particular. Assuming it's a canon anniversary, you're not going to give us a Hollow Bankai Toshiro, right? That's hype and all, but not anniversary hype. Original forms, both Grimmjow and also Toshiro had already received original forms, so I just don't see what they could do with them. And then basically everyone else, yeah, they're not going to be an anniversary character this year, right? Some of them could work for a part 2. Unohana's there. She's always a massively popular character, especially her 1000 Year Blood War form, but she'll never be part 1. It's always going to be part 2. Part 1 characters are there to promote the game. They're the anniversary character by title, and therefore it has to be like a big names character. The characters in the lowest tier, I just honestly don't see happening. The next tier though, probably not. Now these characters are potentially popular enough to be an anniversary character. Some of these characters though in particular have upcoming 1000 Year Blood War characters. We know we're eventually going to get a new Bankai Shinji and also Sergeant, and even a Sunflower Mayuri, for example. With the understanding that part 1 could be canon characters, there's always the chance that it could be them. I just don't really see it happening though. They're popular characters, they have upcoming characters soon, but I don't think they're maybe big enough right now to hold an anniversary by themselves. One character I want to touch upon is of course Ginjo. I would love for a Ginjo anniversary, especially paired with Ichigo. We saw that past villains of any given arc have already received anniversary treatment. Would have loved to see the same thing with Kugo. Unfortunately, right now it just doesn't seem like the right timing. Best timing would have been for the 7th anniversary. I still personally believe it should have been Kugo and Ichigo in original forms. I don't mind with what we got, and I would love for Kugo to get an original character, an OP character at that, because he at least does deserve it. I know Fullbring arc isn't the most important and biggest arc, at least hype-wise, but I think Kugo being a villain, a cool villain that he is, deserved an anime character. Right now, though, I think they just missed the mark. It's too late to do it. If we did get it, I'd be hyped for it, but I'd also question, like, why now, Moving up the tier, though, we have Maybe. These are characters that I think could be included. Now, Yamamoto in particular, eventually he's going to get a new Bankai form. I know we already have received 3 in-game. They're manga characters. As far as anime Bankai Yamas do go, we only have his past version. he's eventually going to get a new Bankai anime character. It's only a matter of when. Would it be big enough for part 1 of the anniversary? I'm not too sure, but funny enough, more often than not, Yamamoto is featured in part 2 of the anniversary. I don't think he'll be part 2 this year, but literally 4 out of the 8 anniversaries, Yamamoto has been in part 2, which is mainly the reason why I put him in the maybe tier. Now, Byakuya's here strictly because Rukia, I think it has a very, very high chance to be this year's anime character, and it really depends on what they want to do for part 1. They could include Byakuya with her, and that's why he's kind of in the maybe tier. And then Senjumaru, she uses a Bankai. It's a massive moment. It's the first original Bankai that we did see in the anime that we didn't see elsewhere in novels, in the manga. I'd be very surprised if they focused the 9th anniversary on Bankai Senjumaru, but I'd be definitely excited for it, and that's why she's in the maybe tier. In the high chance tier, and these are characters that are mostly just big characters that, as always, could be an anniversary character. So in the case of Ichibei, I mainly have him in a high chance because I feel like if they wanted to do an anniversary theme with him versus Yuha and give them original forms, I could see that happening, and I could see that holding an anniversary. It'd be very, very exciting. If it's canon characters, I don't see Ichibei happening, but in the potential chance we do get original forms, an Ichibei Yuha banner would be really, really cool. On the topic of canon characters though, Renji and also Kenpachi I could see being part 1. It really depends again on the theming of the banner. Assuming Rukia, I think, has the highest chance here to be any character, whether it's original or a canon character. Again, depending on the theming here, they might want to pair her with Renji. Maybe part 1 of the anniversary this year will be the, main characters' new power-ups. In this case, Bankai Rukia, Bankai Renji. It's a possibility. At the same time though, in the case of Aizen and also Ichigo, you can never cross them off in my opinion. They're super popular. They're the biggest character in the series. If Caleb want to do a second anniversary character that isn't Ichigo, I always expect it to be Aizen. Plus, as of right now, in my opinion, Aizen hasn't had a good character in literally over 2 years at this point. His last good character was 1000 Year Blood War Aizen, who is coming up to 2 years old. And in terms of playable SP characters, it was almost 3 years ago with 6th anniversary Aizen. When are we going to get a new broken Aizen? That's what I want to know. And then Ichigo, I know Ichigo literally just received the character last week with his Visored version. And in my opinion, given that character's existence, maybe lowers the chance of Ichigo actually happening this year. But you can never cross him off. It happens literally every year we've got an Ichigo, either part 1 or part 2. Every year I say that maybe this year won't be the year we get an anniversary Ichigo. And I feel like I might say the same thing again this year. Maybe 9th anniversary is the first anniversary we don't get a new Ichigo. But somehow, some way, they throw in an Ichigo. So you can never cross him off. Then that takes us into the very high chance. Now, realistically, these are the 2 main characters that I think have the biggest chance to be this year's anniversary character. On the topic of Rukia, right? Assuming part 1 of the 9th anniversary is going to be canon characters, like we saw last year with White and also Ichigo. In my opinion, and I don't think this is even a hot take, I think it's the popular opinion, the most exciting thing that happened in Core 2 was Rukia's Bankai. It was by far the most popular thing on Twitter, on social media. What got the most traction in Core 2 was Bankai Rukia. Rukia is the second main character in Bleach. She's the duo-antagonist. It's absolutely criminal she has not received an anniversary character yet. And given that her Bankai is one of the biggest things that happens in 1000 Year Blood War, I could easily see Caleb take advantage of that and have her in part 1 of the anniversary, assuming it is a canon character. Because if it is canon, I don't see what's more hype than Bankai Rukia. I'm sure everyone would have some, different opinions, but for the majority public, easily Bankai Rukia is the most exciting thing to come from Core 2. Especially when you pair that with potentially, again, a Byakuya, maybe a Renji. But my hope is paired with, obviously, Esno. An Esno Rukia anniversary would feel weird, but for me, it's easily my most exciting fight from Core 2, and them getting anniversary treatment would be absolutely amazing. And I would say, depending on this year's upcoming, list of characters that can be the anniversary, maybe they are going to change it this year. If we do see them add Esno onto the list and the trailer somewhat hints at Rukia, I think it's a dead giveaway that anniversary will be Esno versus Rukia. If it's not, though, I could always see that being part 2, though. I know we got Rukia last month, but 3 months apart isn't too bad. They're definitely cooking up something with Rukia, and I feel like it'd be an absolute miss not to have Bankai Rukia in either part 1 or part 2 of the 9th anniversary. As for our second character, we have Yuha Bark. Now, Yuha, I think, has a high chance, a very high chance, assuming it's an original character. And that's what I would love to see, right? I'm a big fan of canon characters being good. I'm a big fan of 1000 Year Blood War. But at the same time, I also like me original characters. Now, last year, I was more of a fan of them going down the route of doing canon characters, 1000 Year Blood War, because at the time, I was kind of bored of the original forms. Now, in this case, I'm not bored of 1000 Year Blood War, but we haven't had an original design character since last year. Anniversaries more often than not are original forms, and since they opened up the door for us to do 1000 Year Blood War anniversaries, I would love for them to, make the anniversary stand out more than just be another 1000 Year Blood banner. And by doing that is that you give us a 1000 Year Blood character like Yuha, but then give him an original form. Some type of new almighty form. I'm not sure what they could do. But if Yuha was to be the anniversary character this year, I would absolutely love him to get some type of original form. Again, pair him with Ichigo. Give Ichigo like an almighty form. Again, I'm not sure what they could do, but Caleb could do anything. An Ichigo Yuha original form banner would be absolutely amazing. Likewise, Yuha vs Ichibei with original forms would also be really, really cool. Now, one popular theory that you will see is what we have seen with past anniversaries. There's kind of a pattern if it kind of makes sense. There's only been 9 anniversaries, which seems like a lot to be fair, but it's still too early to see if this is going to be a common pattern. But essentially, every anniversary has been original characters, besides 4th and 8. So the theory right now is that every 4 years we get a canon anniversary, 4 and 8, right? Furthermore, every 3 years we potentially get a villain anniversary. 3rd anniversary was the only year where we had one character as the anniversary character, and it was 3rd anniversary Okiura. 3 years later for the 6th anniversary, once more, it's a 1 character anniversary banner, and it's 6th anniversary Aizen. So right now, it's expected, if they follow the potential pattern, if it even is a pattern, that 3 years later for the 9th anniversary, we once more get an anniversary themed about one character, that being one of the antagonists of Bleach, one of the villains, and of course right now it's perfect time to do Yuha. It would also be too perfect if it was actually him, because one big thing about Yuha is the number 9. In this case, the Quincy hymn itself literally says the confined Quincy King regains his pulse after 900 years, his mind after 90, his strength after 9 years, and the world in 9 days. But what better character to have celebrate the 9th anniversary than Yuha Bak himself? So yeah, the 9th anniversary definitely could go anyway. We really don't know until we see the teaser trailer, which sometimes doesn't always completely give it away, but it does narrow down the list to like 4 or so characters. Remember, this upcoming list of characters could be different, right? They could add Stamrators, they could add a bunch of other names to have a potential chance to be an anime character. But I think as of right now, assuming part 1 is going to be a canon character, Rukia makes most sense. It's by far the most popular thing to happen in 1000 Year Blood War as of right now. And then if they want to go original designs, original forms, it would be really cool to see Yuha get an original form. Pair him with Ichigo, pair him with Ichibei. That's definitely a way to get me spending money on an anniversary. Anniversary Yuha, Anniversary Rukia has the highest chance here. I generally just don't see it being anything else, but I'd love to be wrong. I love getting surprised, and last year was definitely a surprise. No one expected White of all characters to be Anniversary, but again, it always does depend on the theme, right? White is definitely not a character we'd expect to be Anniversary level, and truth be told, he's really not. But we can kind of forgive it since it was his first time in the game, and at the same time, the theming itself was the origin of Ichigo's powers. So having White, the reason why Ichigo is the way he is, and then Ichigo's new powers unlocked, first ever time unlocking his Shuri Shikai, made sense for an anniversary, made sense with the theme. And right now, we don't know the theme for the 9th anniversary, but we will find out exactly 1 month from now. So be back on the channel, June 23rd. That's when the official theory crafting and predictions for the 9th anniversary is going to begin. The countdown's going to begin. I'm excited. Hopefully that's R too. And again, let me know any potential theories, ideas for the 9th anniversary in the comments below. We might make a reaction video later this week. Either way though, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys next time. Take care and peace.